So George, this is the prototype Beaver. Not only did you test this, but you also delivered this to the museum.
That's correct, yes. From Sault Ste. Marie, I picked it up there. And it was a good flight down. And when we got here, it landed out here in the river. Then I took the director for a flight. And then when we came in, Fred Buller, who helped design this airplane, he was here to meet us. That was the last the airplane flew.
The registration has a special significance, does it not?
To Fred Buller, FHB.
FHB.
That was his initials, yes.
What is your earliest aviation memory? What do you remember as your first contact with aircraft?
It's a long time ago, but I guess I must have been around 5 years old. And we were walking along Bathurst Street, Shepherd Avenue, and they still had Jennies flying out of Armour Heights from World War II, or World War I. And I saw this airplane, well, it was an airplane, flying over, and I said, that's a flying telephone pole. And that was my first look at an airplane and hear the engine running, and I was intrigued, but then it disappeared. That was the first contact.
I know you've flown rotaries. Talk to us a bit about flying an Avro 504 and a Sopwith pup.
The rotary engine, I heard so many stories about how terrible it was on takeoff, how unreliable, and terrible stories. You didn't want to fly. But after I'd flown mine and run the engines and so on, I found that it was wonderful to fly. It was smoother than the piston, regular stationary engine, and the torque that they warned me about, no, it was going to be terrible. I hardly noticed it. And so I really enjoyed the flight, flying the pup. And then in the Avro, well, the Avro, a little more horsepower, but more like an old lady, you know. It was, took more control, it was steady, and didn't do anything funny on you. Just a steady flying airplane. I enjoyed that. It was big. You know, the Avro is quite a large airplane, biplane.
George, you've chosen the Beaver as one of your favorite aircraft. Would you say that's a fair comment?
Oh, definitely. It is, yes. Well, the first thing is how nice it is to fly. That is, the controls are light and responsive. They're balanced. And the airplane is lively. It's got lots of power. And it's easy to fly. It's very forgiving, I think. Mind you, you can get in trouble if you don't watch it, just like anything else. But it's a fine airplane. It's a pilot's airplane. And he can handle it around the dock by himself. He can maintain it himself if he's up north. And being all metal, he doesn't have to worry about the fabric. So it's a fine bush airplane, one of the finest.